Welcome everybody. In this session we are talking about science for class 5 living world, animal adaptations, movement. Adaptations that helps the animal for easy movement in their habitat. The adaptations in the organs for movement. We know that an area where a particular animal naturally lives, where it gets its food and shelter, where it is more comfortable is called an environment. The home of an animal, the natural home is called the habitat. And what are adaptations? Adaptations are the special features, special behavior, special characteristics, special properties in an animal, in their body, in their behavior that helps them to survive in the habitat. What is survive? Survive is to safeguard yourself from the predator. Survive is to get your prey. So the changes in the feature or behavior of an animal to help it survive in a particular environment are called adaptations. There are various types of adaptations, and movement organs for movement adaptation is very famous. Here you can see a whale which has a blowhole, a dorsal fin, a tall fluke, spectral fin, eyes. All these are various adaptations of a whale. We are looking at adaptations, how the dorsal fin, how the tail flukes in a whale is special to help it live in a sea. Or you can see these long legs of a kangaroo and the tail. How these are helpful for a kangaroo. These are the movement adaptations. Looking at adaptations, we know that's a change to suit the environment, the feature or a characteristic displayed that helps to survive, the special quality that helps to adapt to the habitat. Movement is to catch the prey. Movement is to escape from predator. So how you breathe, how you move, how you eat, all these things change according to your environment. And when you change, when the animal has changes in its nature, to suit the environment, suit the habitat, it is called adaptation. The fish has certain types of fins. A dorsal fin you have here. In the whale also you have seen that. You have a tail that helps us to, which is also called caudal fin. And then the birds, how the birds fly together in a V formation. All these, their feathers, the way they get into the air and land back. All these are adaptations. Now we all have limbs. Plants don't have, animals have. Now when animals have limbs, as a human being we call our forelimbs as hands, we call our hind limbs as legs. Hands and legs, the arms and legs. In an arm, the specialty in a human being is you can move the arm because of the biceps muscles and the bones and the nerves, the way it is made for us. We can bend at our elbow, we can bend at our knee, we can stretch our arm or bend our arm. And likewise in the leg, this is the thigh and this is the leg. The muscles in the leg are also made suitable for walking, sitting, standing, running, etc. These are the adaptations available in a forelimb or a hind limb. Now you can see a kangaroo jumping, you can see a giraffe running. Giraffe, you will normally feel like the forelimbs are longer than hind limbs. Exactly it is not so, but a little bit it is like. You normally feel in a human being, hands are smaller than a legs. In a giraffe, you feel like forelimbs are bigger than hind limbs because of the way they are tall with a long neck. Elephant has a long trunk and giraffe has a long neck. Forelimbs, hands can fold or bend in man, almost the same size in cattle, dog, etc. The cattle, the animal, use all the four limbs to walk. That is hands and legs, forelimbs and hind limbs. Hind limbs are the legs in man. It is used for running or walking. It thrusts. In lions, it helps to thrust. Hind limbs are strong. That is why we said the muscles here, the way they are formed, helps to give a thrust when they want to pounce upon a prey. Jumping or running is one, pouncing as another. So because of the muscles and the way these hind limbs and forelimbs are formed only, we call cheetah or jaguar as the fastest animal on earth. Then kangaroo, it helps to jump. Giraffe, long forelimbs and shorter hind limb to adjust to the height. These are the adaptations. And then we have long legs for a camel. How it helps? The distance between the surface of the desert on which the camel lives and the body, this is as it increases, the heat from the sand doesn't reach the body. So it helps to save from the heat of the sand on the desert. So this is one. Here you have a hump where water is stored. Also a little bit fat is stored inside the body of an camel to help it survive without food for longer period. The foot, the limbs, the fingers or the tarsal carpal muscles of the animal is also so adapted to make it suitable for living or walking on the desert. The webbed type of feet prevents the or helps it not to sink in the sand. not to sink in the sand but stand on the surface of the sandy desert. So these are the adaptations in camel that helps us to walk on the sand. Likewise, you can see the way the forelimbs are bent by the giraffe to drink a water. The forelimbs are stretched by the giraffe to drink water because it is tall and it has to bring the neck down to the surface of the water. So these are the adaptations of the forelimbs and hind limbs in animals to make it suitable for living in their specific habitat. Now we have the hind limbs in aquatic animals. Hind limbs in aquatic animals are the webbed feet here and here. This legs of a frog helps us to jump. Frogs jump because of the strength in their long folded legs. You have a two-fold here, you have a three-fold here. You have a three-fold in the legs. You have a two-fold in the forelimbs while three-fold in the hind limbs. The webbed feet helps you to swim. And then you have an organ that helps to swim, a flipper type of organ which helps to swim. This is a sea lion and a seal. There is a difference between a sea lion and a seal, though both of them are water-based aquatic animals. Both of them can swim in the water. Now we have wings in certain animals. What are they called? They are called birds. We have wings for the peacock, we have wings in the hen, we have wings in the birds that live in the trees and the birds that fly in the sky. All the have wings. Now for big birds like a vulture or an eagle, the wings have special adaptations also, which helps to hold on to the prey sometimes, cover the prey, etc. This is how the wings are flapped to make it fly. So the wings are helpful in flight in 2-3 ways. 1. Wings are modified forearms. 2. Wings have stronger muscles which helps it to flap farther and farther. 3. The lungs are so adapted that during flying whatever oxygen they have is enough. And 4. The flying is an energy extensive or energy expensive exercise, and for flying you need lot of energy, and that is adjusted by having a very good lungs to help in breathe. This is an Arctic owl, and they have the capacity to keep on flipping their wings and standing in one place. So when you move your hands and legs, you normally move from one place to another. The birds have a capacity to flip their wings but keep on waiting at one place, for example, to drink the nectar from the flower. So the feathers and the wings together, the muscles in the wings, and the hollow bones which makes the body light, powerful lungs which makes breathing easier, all of them together helps to generate the lift. The aerofoil shaped wings help to generate the lift, and then to reduce the weight they have no fat deposit. They have small single organs because they have less fat in a bird. We are eating chicken and doves and all as a food. Chicken is eaten by man because they have lesser fat, and then they have thin or hollow bones. They have waterproof feathers. Feathers are waterproof. Also, feathers help them to keep warm during cold nights and keep cool during hot days. To reduce the air drag, they have an aerodynamic design. The way their body is made, it is an aerodynamic design. It can pierce through the columns of air. And backward arranged feathers. Feathers are arranged backward. You are saying feather will be from here to here, not the other way around. This is from front to the back, backward arranged feathers. So the strong muscles, the aerofoil shaped wings, the aerodynamic body, the feathers and the wings, all these helps the birds to fly in the air. These wings are adaptation of the forelimbs. Not only birds, insects also fly. Because they are light, the body adaptation is they have been made light with no additional fat, and they have been given strong muscles to make to ability to flip the wings. Now comes another type of animal which we call as a reptile family. You have snakes, you have worms, you have leech, you have all these reptiles. They move in a wavy motion. They move in a wavy motion. They can move in almost any surface, even soft surfaces they can move. They push off any bump or other surface, rocks, trees, etc. to get going forward. They push something back so that the body is thrust forward. They push the thing, whatever they are holding on below, back so that the body is thrust forward. And the movement of a worm and a snake is called a gait rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion is they are in a curved shape. But actually they propel forward in a straight line. The snake moves in this line. This snake moves in this line. this worm moves in this line, but they look in a curved and thing. So this is called the rectilinear motion gait, which propel themselves forward. So they have scales on their body, they have segments. This is called segment. The portion that bends and contracts and expands is called segment. Under the skin they have the scales, which helps them to interact with the surface. So the scales and segments present on the underside of their body help the worms and the snake propel forward and move in a straight line by pushing off any bump away. They move in a wavy motion. What is helping them? The strong muscles is helping them to do this. So what we have seen? We have seen animals have different organs for movement. Animal move from one place to another in search of food. They run away when they see a predator. They run towards when they see a prey. So animals have a need to move. Then different animals have different organs for movement. Animals such as horses or cows or dogs and cats, they move with all the four limbs. Animals move with all the four limbs. The four limbs are called hands, the hind limbs are called legs in a human being. Four limbs are called hands, hind limbs are called legs. Now hands are used for holding something to catch and all, and legs are used for walking and running in human beings. What is specialty? The human being's skeletal system is so adapted to help us stand upright. Human being's skeletal system is so adapted to help us stand upright, the way the muscles and bones are arranged. The animal skeletal system, the bones and muscles, does not allow them to stand on two legs. That is why they stand, walk or run on all the four limbs. In birds, the four limbs are modified as wings. The bones are hollow, the muscles are strong, the feathers are light, the body is aerodynamic, so the birds can fly. In snakes, the scales help to thrust a segment forward for the movement. So the segments help the snake to be curved, and then they thrust forward and move in a rectilinear gaitly forward motion. That is how the snakes move. And then we have the frogs. Frogs hop around. Frogs hop around using their hind limbs, which are strong and long. They have webbed feet to swim in the water. That is the specialty of the frog. Likewise, the fish and dolphins and whales have something called fins. The fish, dolphins, whales, the fish family have something called fins which help them to swim. The dorsal fin is the most important fin. And then we have a fin-like structure in creatures like penguin and seals. Fin-like a creature, fin-like feature. In creatures like penguin, it is called flipper. They are the adapted limbs or the forearms. Flippers. So in seals, flippers help to swim. In fish, the fins help to swim. In snakes, the scales help. In birds, the wings help to fly. These are the adaptations in the organs for movement that we see in the animal world. Thanks for watching this video. Please keep coming back.